All right, here we go. I'm going to hop on here. I'm going to try to make this quick because, to be honest, I don't think that there's really much to say in this video. And this is a video that I never really thought that I was going to be making. There are plenty of videos and ideas that I have in my head. And of course, you want to go ahead and report on breaking news, but I don't even understand how this is a topic, a subject to discuss any of this. If you haven't heard, if you're not involved in the sports world and have been living under a rock, Bill Belichick yesterday was denied entry as a first ballot Hall of Famer. You need 50 votes to get into the Hall of Fame, and not only did he not pass, but he didn't pass by a pretty wide margin. 40 out of the 50 votes he ended up getting. He still needed 10 more votes to go ahead and get inducted as a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm just going to be frank. I'm not going to censor myself because that's not something that I like to do. And so I apologize if this sounds a little bit more like a rant, but as the title or the thumbnail of this video is going to show, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is an awful decision by the 10 people that decided to be denied. It's not confirmed, it's rumored, but it is being rumored that Bill Polian, who is the part owner or former owner or whatever of the Indianapolis Colts, is one of the ones that not only said no to this, but also jockeyed potentially other voters to say no to this due to Bill's potential involvement into Spygate and Deflategate that happened, 10 plus years ago. This is ridiculous. And I understand that there's a lot of discussion out there, especially from somebody who I have watched a lot growing up in Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless if you don't know, he is a major Tom Brady supporter. He is a major Bill Belichick hater. He believes that a lot of Bill's success was built off the back of Tom Brady's success throughout his career. And while there's a part of me that cannot deny it, there's also a part of me that cannot deny the success and the greatness of Bill Belichick. I mean, do we forget that back in 2019, through the first half of the season, through the first 8 games, Bill had a defense that only allowed 4 total touchdowns in those first 8 games? Did we forget about that? That kept his opponents to single digits? Do we remember the plethora of great Patriots defenses that were there throughout all of their Super Bowl winnings? Do we forget, the elevation that he had on defensive players like Malcolm Butler is the first big one to come to mind, who played tremendously for the Patriots in that 2 to 3 year span that he had. And then once he left to go to, was it the Saints or was it the Titans? I believe it was the Titans or whatnot, completely collapsed and just lost all of his momentum as a player. Did we forget about any of that with Bill Belichick? Do we forget that, Tom Brady, even though he left and Bill Belichick's Patriots teams began to struggle, do we forget that Tom Brady had success on a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that had one of the best and aspiring and up-and-coming offenses in the league at that time, had, incredible receivers like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and O.J. Howard at tight end, and then they brought in Gronk. And in the backfield, they brought in guys like Leonard Fournette and whatnot, and Bruce Arians, who was still, a really, really solid head coach. And then do we forget that on the opposite side of that, you have somebody in Bill Belichick who had to deal with what was a rebuilding team that had completely lost the genesis and the identity of their roster with Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski and Julian Edelman and whatnot, and had to build from the base up, had to build around a rookie quarterback in Mac Jones, who, let's be honest, unless he's in a Kyle Shanahan offensive-friendly system, is not going to be a great quarterback in the NFL. Do we forget the 8 Super Bowl championship rings that Bill Belichick has? 3-time AP NFL Coach of the Year. I'm just looking at this right now. All-decade team coach in both the 2000s and 2010s. Was on the NFL 100th anniversary all-time team. Holds the NFL record for most Super Bowl wins. Most Super Bowl wins as a head coach. Most Super Bowl appearances. Most Super Bowl appearances as a head coach. Most playoff wins as a head coach with 31. Most playoff appearances as a head coach with 19. 19 out of the 23 years that Bill Belichick was with the New England Patriots, he made the playoffs, including 1 year where I think he had both Cam Newton and Mac Jones, and he still was able to make the playoffs after Tom Brady left. Did we forget about this? The most divisional championships as a head coach with 17. Pretty much freaking ruled the AFC East with an iron fist for all the years that he was there. The head coach of an undefeated roster in this league. Yes, they didn't win the Super Bowl year, but an undefeated team. Do we understand how rare that is? And we're not making him a first ballot Hall of Famer? What are we doing? He had success before Spygate, before Deflategate, and after Spygate and Deflategate. And now we want to punish him because we believe that these two controversies have more of an impact than the 23-year head coaching career that he had in New England. We want to punish him because we're mentioning the 4 years that he had without the greatest quarterback of all time, and instead he had to shift gears and move to Mac Jones. Without his top receiver, without his top tight end, without what was a great defense at the time. What are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, this is it's a disgrace is what it is. I don't really have much more to say other than this. This is a complete disgrace by the NFL. As a Broncos fan, since I've been watching the NFL since 2011, I have freaking hated Bill Belichick and the Patriots because I knew every single damn time that we were going to play them, it was going to be the longest night of the year that season for me as a Broncos fan, because I knew that we weren't going to have an easy game on them, because I knew that even if we were up 100 points, if the Patriots had Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, that they would be able to come back and win that game. And I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, how many NFL head coaches in the history of the NFL would you really choose over Bill Belichick? How many? How many would you realistically choose over Bill? Who are you going to choose over Bill? Let's look at it. Let's look at the greatest head coaches of all time within the NFL. And let's see who they list. Top 10 NFL head coaches. This was made on January 11, 2024. It literally mentions Bill Belichick in the title. Oh, and it's because he's number one. Now, does that mean anything? It's on CBS? No, it doesn't. But Bill Belichick is number one. Vince Lombardi is number two. Makes sense. Wins 5 titles in 7 years. Had a 73% win percentage. Fine. Don Shula, 328 regular season wins, 347 total wins, remains all-time records. 33 seasons as a head coach. Shula posted a whopping 31 seasons. 1972 remains the only team in NFL history to finish the season with a perfect record. Sure. So Don Shula there. George Halas, Paul Brown, Chuck Noll. I mean, they're fine. They're not Bill Belichick. I'm sorry. Maybe Vince Lombardi. Maybe Vince Lombardi has the best argument. But to me, Bill Belichick is, without a doubt, a top 2, top 3 greatest coach of all time. There's no discussion about this. And the fact that he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, it's a disgrace. And it should be revoted on and fixed. NFL, fix this. Do better. Because I don't know what we're doing. If If you guys enjoyed this video, go down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends. And if you haven't already, go ahead and follow us on all social medias, that being TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All of those ads are going to be down below. We're on all of those social medias. You will get to see my latest reactions to breaking news within the NBA, the NFL, and combat sports. And you will also never miss for whenever the podcast sets to upload an episode. And without further ado, that's all that I have for you guys today. I will see you guys on the next one. NFL, please fix this. And peace.